Welcome, my friends. Welcome to another episode of the Forks Over Knives webinar series. Today, we have a very exciting new webinar for you today. We have with us both Ann and Jane Esselstyn, and they're going to be joining us to show us how to prepare some family favorite plant-based Thanksgiving dishes that you and all of your friends and all of your family will absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, love. I'm very confident when I say that because the food that these two wonderful ladies make tastes incredible. Ann and Jane are going to be sharing a lot of information with us today. So do yourself a favor and take this time to go grab yourself a notepad and a pen, old-fashioned style, so that you can jot down a bunch of notes as they are talking. Because trust me when I say that a lot of the information they're going to be presenting with you is stuff that you want to jot down as it's happening so that you can remember it and implement it in your life starting literally tonight. Okay, now while we're waiting for everybody to join and settle in, please do me a favor and go to the chat box and tell me where you are coming from. I see here we got all the way from Switzerland in the Swiss Alps, Hartford, Connecticut, New York City, Canada. We got Kelly, Danielle, Mike, what is that? Mandala and beyond. Wow, now they're coming in real fast. I always ask people to tell me where they're coming from, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't read the chat box as fast. This is incredible. So I see that we already have 400 people here. We're expecting just over 1,000 people to show up today. And I can see that there are, people from Michigan, Wisconsin, Missouri, Germany, Colorado, Florida, Delaware, New Hampshire, Iowa. Holy, this is great. We love all you guys, and we're so glad that you guys are here with us today. Now, take a moment and go back in the chat box and tell me this. Nice. If you are already eating a plant-based diet, put the number 1 in the chat box. If you are not eating a plant-based diet, put the number 2 in the chat box. And if you are somewhere in between, put like a 1.5 so that we can get a good idea of exactly who is here in the room. And my brain is trying to calculate an average. And what I'm seeing is that originally there were a lot of 1s, and then there came in a decent number of 2s. But now the overwhelming majority is 1.5. So let's just pretend, for the sake of argument, that most of the people that are here today are somewhere in the middle. Not necessarily eating a fully plant-based diet, not eating a meat-based diet, I will refer to it as, but somewhere in the middle. Okay? Now, if your goal is to eat a plant-based diet, and that's something that you're trying to strive towards so that eventually you can get to a 1, write the word yes in the chat box. Okay? Yes means I'm trying to get to a 1 or to a fully plant-based diet. And if you feel like, no, that's cool. I'm happy where I am. I just want to stay where I am. Then write the word no in the chat box. Totally cool if that's your answer. Cassie, majority of yeses with a sprinkling of no's in here, but I do see that there's a decent number of people that are trying to strive towards getting to a fully plant-based diet, which is awesome. Cool. Thank you for sharing all this information. All right. Now, if you aren't familiar with Ann and Jane Esselstyn, let me tell you a little bit about this amazing mother-daughter duo, okay? These two Wonder Women, and yes, they in fact are Wonder Women, have not only a few years of experience, but actually decades of experience in developing delicious and healthful dishes, both for their family and for Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn's many thousands of patients over the course of time. They co-authored Be a Plant-Based Woman Warrior and the Prevent and Reverse Heart Disease Cookbook. And they regularly feature heart-healthy recipes, in particular, on their YouTube channel. And they both serve as facilitators for the Esselstyn Foundation. Now, Ann herself developed the recipes for the New York Times bestselling book, Prevent and Reverse Heart Disease, authored by her husband, Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn. Now, Jane herself is a wellness instructor and a plant-strong presenter and cook, as well as a married mother of 3 beautiful children. She created the recipe section for the best-selling Plant Strong and Engine 2 7-Day Rescue Diet, and also co-authored the Engine 2 Cookbook with her studly brother, Rip Esselstyn, whom we all love and adore. Now, Ann and Jane, it is awesome to have you both here with us today. I personally have been looking forward to this session for quite a while, and I can't wait to get started. How are you guys doing today?
Are we on?
Yep.
Oh, hi. I'm Jane Esselstyn.
I'm Ann Esselstyn.
And we're so excited to be here today. And
I have one thing before you say anything. I have to say something
Go for it.
because I want you and everybody out there to know that at the farm, how many years ago, Brian Wendell was there filming something and it didn't have a name yet. And I can remember being with him when suddenly they felt Forks Over Knives was the right title. And then the thought of doing any cooking thing when Darshana Thacker is watching or even thinking about us is scary.
speaking of
She's
forks,
awesome.
speaking of Forks Over Knives, we love this holiday magazine edition. Yeah. And I want to say, like, if you're cooking on this one, I wish we had more time today, but we actually last night just made our amaretto cherry chocolate hazelnut scones. But I wanted to show you just like this is how we do them. We do them in rounds, but in here they're done pie squares. So depending on how you want to do them, you can. There are different ways, and I wanted just to show that. Okay, enough of that.
Awesome. So real quick,
We are
before you
actually
guys,
here because we're partnering with Forks Over Knives today with the Esselstyn Foundation. So here's our executive director.
Hey, everybody.
Brian
man, the
Hart.
myth legend, Brian.
Yeah, my name is Brian Hart. I'm the executive director of the Esselstyn Foundation, and we're so excited to partner with Forks Over Knives. The reach of Forks Over Knives is incredible. And just so you know, the Esselstyn Foundation we founded about 5.5 years ago to offer all of this information free of charge to partnering nonprofits all over the world. And so if you're interested in getting this information to a group that you're affiliated with, whether it's a church or a school or a university or a group of medical residents or a hospital or anything, please,
Great book group.
please be in touch through the Esselstyn Foundation website. It's just EsselstynFamilyFoundation.org, and we're so excited to partner with Forks Over Knives.
Brian, everybody has to know to sign up for your Tuesday newsletter. How do you call it, Brian?
Yeah, newsletter. You can do that.
It's worth it. If you do nothing else, you get such great information.
Okay, speaking of getting started.
Jane, let me cut you off for 1 second. Before we get into you guys' cooking demo, can you hear me, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Before we get in there, I want to just give a quick meal planner demonstration. So I'm going to share my screen and then we're going to come right back to you guys. Is that cool with it?
Okay, I was gonna cook an onion, but I'll wait.
Okay, cool. Before you cook that onion. All right. So basically what I want to show you guys is before we get into the cooking demo, we have another special guest who's here with us off screen and to share some information about the Forks Over Knives team with all of you guys. Okay. His name is Stephen Smith, and he is the Forks Over Knives customer success manager. Stephen, my man, I am very glad to have you here with us today.
Thank you, Cyrus. I am so glad to be here with you and all of our wonderful friends out there. Hello. I know you're all excited to hear all of the great information coming up in today's webinar. So am I. But first, please allow me just a couple of minutes to tell you about one of my favorite things. Here at Forks Over Knives, one of our main goals is to make healthy eating easier for everyone. We know that adopting a whole food plant-based diet can result in many positive changes to your body and mind, and we have a lot of great tools to help people at any stage of their journey. Our most popular tool is our online meal planner, which you can try free for 2 weeks. So please come along with me for the next couple of minutes because I'm going to show you exactly what the meal planner looks like on the inside. Are you ready? Let's go. The first thing you'll do is select your goal. This is most helpful for the team to know. Then select how many people the plan will be for. Are you cooking for yourself, you and a partner, perhaps an entire family? You can select whether you have any food intolerances or other preferences. I'm going to select gluten for all gluten-free recipes. Next, you can choose whether or not you'd like breakfasts to be added to your plan each week. I'm going to handle breakfasts myself. And from there, you'll create an account by typing in your email address first, enter your name, create a password. There's no credit card required, and you'll get 2 full weeks to try out the meal planner totally risk-free. Let's log in. First thing you'll see is your meal planning dashboard. Every week, the chefs at Forks Meal Planner will send you a 5-day meal plan with recipes that can all generally be prepared within 35 minutes or less. You'll see that there are already many delicious recipes added for me here, and there are more inside the recipe box that I can choose from. Over 1,500 right now. Here's the grocery list. It has all the ingredients I need for my meal plan this week automatically added. So I can go ahead and check off any items that I have on hand already. And when I'm at the store, I can easily access the grocery list on my phone or tablet to make my shopping super fast and easy. Here we go. So from here, we're going to move on to the weekend prep. And one of the features that I really think sets the meal planner apart is this weekend prep cheat sheet. You'll see that the weekend prep guides me through batch cooking, baking, freezing, speed prep with chopping and dicing produce, everything I need for the week ahead to greatly simplify my food prep and save time and money. And with one click, I can even print out everything into a handy PDF. My plan, recipes, grocery list, weekend prep, get photos in there if I want. Now, there's plenty more to explore, but hopefully this gives you a taste of what the meal planner can do. So if you're considering joining the meal planner, or even if this is your first time hearing about it, be sure to take advantage of the 14-day free trial. Remember, there is no credit card required to try it out, and your account is free. So what have you got to lose? Head on over to forksoverknives.com/meal-planner. And that's how you can start your free trial now. My colleague behind the scenes, Brooke, has provided the link in the chat box for you too. I promise you will be amazed how easy and fun it is to create delicious plant-based meals every single day. So I hope you enjoy the meal planner. Enjoy the webinar first, and I'll send it right back to you, Cyrus.
Awesome. Thank you, Stephen. Always a pleasure. Thank you for showing us. For those of you who are interested in taking advantage of the free trial, I highly recommend it. I use the meal planner every single day. Now, without further ado, Jane and Ann, I'm going to turn it over to you guys. We got a packed house right now. We have over 747 people here. So why don't you guys take it away?
Okay, 7:47, we're taking off. So this is a pan that has no oil in it. It's just a pan. It's called a caraway pan. It's a newer one. You just got it for me.
I just got it. And I just decided to give it to Rip and all our kids for Christmas. It's cool.
You're giving away your Christmas? You just told everybody. So this is an onion that's going to go in the pan.
It was on sale.
Great. There's 4 of us kids. So this onion, we're just cooking in a dry pan. Caraway is a non-stick option, and we've had a history of
this works in any kind of a pan. Onions, you don't need to have a non-stick pan.
Right. You've got to pay attention to them. So the reason I'm doing this now, I'm going to tell you where we're going, is that I've got to get these going, but we found that it's really important for people to see an onion going into a pan with no oil. I mean, one of our most viewed videos on YouTube is cooking an onion without oil. And anyway, so what this is the foundation for, like many dishes, an onion at the beginning, this is going to be something that we love, and it's in our new cookbook called Be a Plant-Based Woman Warrior. Live fierce, stay bold, eat delicious. And it's called Mommy's Mushroom Gravy 3.0, because the more we cook this way, the more we eat this way, the better it gets. And this one is really sort of I think our best version so far. We amped up the onion and the mushroom. We brought down the sodium, not sodium, but like the miso and the tamari, and the flour is oat flour versus wheat flour, and there's no alcohol in it. There's no like sherry. What was the?
I love the sherry flavor in it. I don't drink, but I like the sherry flavor.
Yeah, it burns off. So what we're going to put in here after our onion is we're going to put in about 3 cloves of minced garlic, and the garlic can't go in on the hot pan alone because it doesn't have enough water or fluid in it in this gravy. But once the onion's in there, oh, it can smell amazing. And as you're cooking this, you will find that you might want to occasionally pull some of that that caramelization off the bottom. I'm just gonna turn it down a hair and water. I got a little water right.
What are you making?
We're making mommy's mushroom gravy, like we just. We just showed it, mommy's mushroom gravy from our cookbook. It's also in Plant Strong if you have that book, and it's in well, different versions of it, and it's also in the Prevent and Reverse Heart Disease cookbook. But before I take this over to my mom for her recipe, I'm going to put the mushrooms in here. And the reason we're going to go from this recipe to this recipe is that we have to let the onions and the mushrooms cook down for a little while. So we're going to put about 16 ounces of mushrooms in with the onion and the garlic, and then just let it do its thing. It looks like it's a ton of food, but it's
It disappears.
it's you know, it just
And
all
we're doing this so you don't have to just sit and watch things cook. So, mashed potatoes, nothing, I don't think anything is as good as that. Jane, what is this?
this.
Why is that there?
This
Oh my gosh,
this is one of
that's
our,
an amazing thing.
well, not this cut, well, the cutting board, yeah, but what is
What's
on
that?
this cutting board? We wish we could have made this with everybody. That's why we had this is a prop. Because what we have on here, those of you who may have seen it on our YouTube channel, please give it a gander. It's called a it's
Holiday,
a holiday better board. It was a spin-off of the butter boards people were making. They would put butter all over a board and then they put toppings on it and then they take a cracker and go like this. Well, we took our hickory smokehouse hummus from our Be a Plant-Based Woman Warrior book and put that all over this. And we had a wonderful friend doing this with us named Lisa. And so Lisa, she was extraordinary in the detail of all of her toppings. What did she put on? She put on,
oh, I couldn't even.
I gotta stir. So she put on the hummus and then she put on caramelized shallots and pomegranate, not seeds, pomegranate peels. What are pomegranate areoles? No, that's a sex ed term. So, anyway, and gosh, there's so many amazing toppings, fresh greens, glazes, and you take a cracker and then just swipe it through there. You will be the biggest hit
Thanks.
at your party with the holiday butter board.
Wait,
But Ann, what are you making for everybody?
mashed potatoes, there's no bigger hit than mashed potatoes. Now, I am in my old age, have to do things that aren't, they're quick. So these mashed potatoes.
You
are the
always
best.
some things that are quick.
Well,
and you aren't.
I know. And the potato that I love are the Yukon Golds, and for a couple of reasons, mostly because the key, I mean, the power of the potato is in the skin. And so many people don't eat their skins. These skins are thin, so you mash them up and you,
I was so excited to say something. I wanted to say we eat the hide.
so these Yukon Golds are great. Also, the key thing in cooking potatoes, boiling them, is to start them in cold water so that they cook at the same temperature. And so I have already cut up 6 Yukon Gold potatoes like this. These are kind of big. And
You know, I'm gonna have everyone in the chat box. Please respond why we used Yukon Gold.
I just told them.
No, but there's a phrase.
Oh,
Yukon Gold has the. Anybody typing in there?
Let's
Yukon
see.
Gold has the butter
Cream.
baked in. There's
Oh.
so much amazing moisture in these. If you have a russet potato,
Creamy and good skin.
creamy and good skin, exactly like the butter's baked in. A russet potato is like an elephant hide with sand
do you
inside.
see how wet Brian, does this wetness show? I mean, these are so wet. It's amazing. And so I'm just showing you, I cut these up like this, and then I have I cooked them. And really, I just started them in cold water and cooked them until they were done. I can't tell you how many minutes.
That's how much you cut them up?
Well, I cut them up small because I wanted them to cook fast. You can do what you want, but it's good to.
Pardon my reach.
Okay. So
Okay,
I don't know what to do with these. I'm gonna put them in this.
no, don't put them in my
I want a bowl to put them in.
I need to mix this for just put them over there for a second. This is the bowl that I'm gonna put in the next, so look how these have cooked down. I need to take your attention back to the gravy. I know look like we're doing this ADD dance. We kind of do. So here is a bowl that I'm gonna put the next few ingredients in, because the next thing is some broth, and in the broth, we stir in miso. And we stir in a little bit of our oat flour, so that the reason you stir the flour in first, and is something you taught me years ago.
Well, it doesn't get into big lumps and clumps.
Okay, so we're gonna add this. This is we talked about this. What? I'll go about a cup of broth in here.
This is plant strong broths, and there are 4 of them, and they are awesome. And I love the mushroom plant strong broth. It's shiitake, and that is so good. I have the corn one I love, and sort of my corn soupy. Oh, it's great. They have a vegetable one, which is for everything, and then they have a sofrito one, and they're wonderful. They are the only broth that I know of that has no added sodium.
Yeah, so this is a really low sodium gravy. What's so amazing about it is the beautiful
You wouldn't know it.
mushrooms and the onions and the garlic. Look at, I wish you'd have had a top shot camera. Brian, can you kind of see? Can you see that in here pretty well? Oh yeah, you can. There you go. So in here, this is the mushroom broth with some oat flour and 2 teaspoons of miso. Half the miso stuck to my tablespoon, so half of it, most of it got in there. And then the other thing we're going to add just directly to our dish here is 2 tablespoons of tamari
In here,
and we use a low sodium tamari. And is that all squished up? Did you get all the clumps out?
squished.
Yeah,
Oh, partially squished.
partially squished.
Did you add flour?
We added the flour and we added the
You could
miso.
add any kind of flour if you want to make it. I mean,
So yeah,
James
well, you
added
can add,
oat
we can add
flour.
wheat flour, but we have, some of our
know.
gluten-free friends around. We want to have no gluten in there. And the tamari, by the way, is a gluten-free sort of soy sauce. So I'm just gonna have this be combined in here for a while, and then we're gonna add some black pepper. Can I borrow the fee, fi, fo, fum, giant pepper, fee, fi, fo, fum?
So people are asking how much flour, 2 tablespoons and 2 tablespoons of tamari.
2 tablespoons of flour. There are 2 tablespoons of tamari, and
Oh,
How much
look-
miso?
the miso. There was 2 teaspoons. They were kind of looked heaping. I took 1 tablespoon because
1
it's
table.
that's stuck in there.
it's easier to do a tablespoon.
I know, but you don't have to. And then right here, this is the alchemy. Your camera can see here, Brian, if I throw on that one. This is mushroom gravy. It's thickened, it's luscious.
Look at that.
It's, you can smell the umami.
Wait,
I
and
wanna dive
imagine it on my mashed potatoes.
Speaking of mashed potatoes, let's mash those potatoes.
Right.
So this
So-
is 6 Yukon Gold. What's in there?
Yeah, and I mashed, I cook them until they're really soft. And then
We get the stool because Ann.
I need a little height.
That's
Anyway,
pressure.
I like being taller than Jane. And I'm going to mash these potatoes. I'm just mashing them in here. I usually mash them in its own bowl, but I wanted to take these mashed potatoes home, so she doesn't have any here. And I'm mashing these and mashing these,
Can I feel it too? Can I give it a feel? Oh, they're so soft.
and then,
I think that's great how soft they are.
yeah, they're so soft. Then,
She was concerned they might be too soft because she cooked them a few minutes.
no,
before
I
we
just
started.
said they're not gonna need as much water. Now, sometimes I use the potato water. You don't have to use an alternative milk. And there are so many alternative milks out there.
Non-dairies.
I mean, it is crazy. But read the ingredients because it's the cashew milks add oil, rice milks add oil. And I just was looking at almond breeze and others. There's so many crazy ingredients. So I saw at the grocery store, new to me, these Elmhurst milked walnuts. And guess what is in here? Walnuts and water. There's cashews like this, there is almond like this, and I'm experimenting. So we'll see, but any liquid in here, and even I suppose you could use And I just put in enough, I mean, sometimes I need 2 cups and sometimes I don't, and just keep mashing until they're nice and mashed. But the key for these is to use nutritional yeast. And if you can buy it in bulk, when you're buying it in a jar, for instance, sometimes some of them add all kinds of crazy things. So be sure it's just nutritional yeast. And then it's okay.
You know, we have a napkin. We can get some of the miso that's just like just glue.
And per potato, and these are really big potatoes, so I'm gonna put kind of heaping tablespoons.
One
Three.
tablespoon per potato.
4,
5
5,
heaping.
is that 6?
6.
I'm gonna do 7,
Just in case.
just in case. And then it's crazy because nutritional yeast is very dry. And so you're gonna find that you need more milk. Jane, do you want to add some more?
I was just gonna say,
What kind of nutritional yeast?
the kind that she has here is called
It's
Frontier Co-op
and
Premium
red,
Nutritional Yeast.
and the other one is, I think, Red Star.
Red Star. Want some garlic? in
Oh,
there?
you can put some garlic in. This is 2 or 3 cloves. of
3.
garlic.
This is 3 cloves. Because I
Oh,
got them.
Good garlicky mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
I need more. These were, and then Jane, would you add some rosemary? And some black pepper?
Yeah. So
I need about a teaspoon of rosemary.
yeah, we use crushed rosemary because sometimes rosemary is like eating a kindling. You know, you get this like twig and it's like between your tooth and your next tooth, and it's just a little much. So we're gonna put a tablespoon. No, this is a teaspoon. Sorry,
That's fine.
of rosemary.
And
And
would you do your black pepper?
Yeah. Want to use both hands or you need to balance?
Oh, I'm good.
Okay.
As long as I'm taller than Jane, I'm good. All right,
That look good.
and then, anyway,
All right, while you're smashing those, are you adding anything more? Because I want to move on to our next recipe if possible.
go ahead.
Okay.
Anyway, you can,
So what's the goal? What's the texture we're looking for?
well, I think my walnut milk made them a little browner than usual.
I do. They look.
But that's okay. They're still good. Aren't they good?
They're so good. And they're going to be amazing with this savory mushroom gravy. And we didn't have time to do all this stuff, but what we also add on top. So I wanted to quickly show you. Oh, here's my spoon. I'm going in with the same spoon because we're going to eat this tonight. So here's our mashed potatoes. They look like they need to have their teeth whitened.
How many cloves of garlic was that?
We put 3 in there. So here's our mushroom gravy, but what makes us just devour this by the gallon is our cranberry salsa, which is just I learned it from, believe it or not, an Australian. And in Australia, they don't even have cranberries. But this, I was at a party and I was looking around like you could never really eat anything at a party, but they had the salsa. Salsas are usually safe. So I was there with the salsa with these rice chips. And I ended up eating, I think, the whole bowl of salsa at the party. And I finally was like, I'm so sorry, but this is so good. And I'm not going to leave until I get this recipe. So she gave it to me. And it has been a family favorite for like the past 15 years. I mean, we make it outside of Thanksgiving time of year or the holidays. Anyway, so this is what that's going to look like. But this is only part of what we're doing here today. We have the scones.
But I'm saying, make your potatoes until they're the right.
Those look.
Jane, they look great. And they're experimental with the walnut milk, which is lovely. And it's the best nut to ever have in your potatoes.
It is the best nut to have in your potatoes.
So where will I put this?
Let's put those beauties right there.
I don't think I can.
There you go. There, it's a big.
That's gonna block the camera.
So, okay, then we'll put it down here. That's fine. We'll put it down here next to the cranberry salsa. Have it look really pretty. But the next thing we're going to make is going to be really pretty, Mom. So I kind of wanted to have this space. Maybe you can just put them back there for a sec. What we're going to do next is a Kale Bruschetta. And this Kale Bruschetta is what, if you need to bring something to a holiday party, bring this. If you're hosting, have this out as your.
This
Or-
makes up for my more brown potatoes.
No, they were kind of,
They're perfect.
they're kind
perfectly
they were
delicious.
driftwood colored. I found a pair of pants the other day called driftwood. So,
Oh, I forgot to say, and if you ever think that you're not wanting to use salt, there's something called seaweed flakes. This is made by Daybreak, 2 women. And I love these, and they give a nice salty flavor, and you get the power of the seaweeds.
yes, if you want to do that, I don't think the driftwood needs the seaweed. Okay, the key to our Kale Bruschetta is what we're gonna spread on our whole grain bread, and that is walnut sauce. And our walnut sauce is something we make all the time. If you've ever watched us do anything, we've probably made walnut sauce. You can move your stick if you want one. So there's 1 cup of walnuts, 2 cloves of garlic. I don't know why I mixed them ahead of time because they're gonna be in here. I was unnecessary stage. And then 2 tablespoons, or yes, I think it's 2 tablespoons, maybe 1 tablespoon of, I'm gonna do one lid full of tamari. And you stir these up, and I know you guys are thinking, like, she's just gonna make mincemeat. Uh-oh, am I not plugged in? Now I am. I know this doesn't look like much of anything. It looks like, what's she doing? She's just not very impressive. And you could look down here, it looks like mincemeat to go into a mincemeat pie. Not that I've ever even had one, but from my childhood dreams, this is what it would look like, just sort of like crumbly brownness. So then when you add water to this nut meat, it turns into this amazing white, smooth color. And the amount of fluid you add is what governs how thick it's going to be. So I want to have this be spreadable. And I can have that tray. And so we have our whole grain toasted toast, and we're going to have look at this knife, says spread love. We're going to spread this on there, but I'm going to add a wee bit more water because it just looks like
When my husband wrote Prevent and Reverse Heart Disease in 2007, there are no nuts, no avocado for patients of his with heart disease. But the one recipe that I got into that book was our walnut sauce, because you're able to thin it down in just the tiniest little bit over greens is amazing, but it's all awesome over anything, anywhere.
I mean, this really has become like our hummus, and hummus in our lives has come to be our new, it's our butter, it's our mayonnaise, it's our hollandaise, it's cream cheese, it's everything. It's our breaded topping holder. It's astounding what
Okay, can you repeat the ingredients
for
the walnut sauce?
Ingredients for walnut sauce: 1 cup of walnuts, 2 cloves of garlic, about 1 tablespoon of tamari, and then you just govern that as you taste. Like, if you want a little more tamari, amp it up. Oh, I got a lot of garlic in there tonight.
But a lot of garlic makes it good.
No, this is a lot of garlic. But no, I had big cloves. We had really, I mean, look at the size of our cloves. It's like bigger than my thumb. Usually you have like a, clove. This is a clove. Okay, so what you do is you take the amazing walnut sauce and spread it upon the all the toasted slices of bread, and this gives this foundation of this savory, kind of salty, this garlic hit on, bread is pretty plain. It's a great vehicle for just this. You've got it. I mean, the nuts are this great vehicle for the garlic, and then balance it out with the water and the tamari. I mean, it really is a dreamy, creamy answer to it's sort of what goes on bread.
You got it.
Hummus or walnut.
Jane, unfortunately, is not putting enough walnut sauce.
Because I'm trying to scurry on to the next stage of the game, which is so exciting. The next stage,
I'll take that.
the next stage, man, you didn't make it look pretty.
Well, I'm gonna figure it out, but you
Okay.
keep going.
The next stage is that we have, did you take away some of our knives? The little wee one. This is the fun part. And these are cherry tomatoes. And what you do is some people are just kind of, I think, not careless at all, because I chop them in half sometimes. But for this recipe, I do what is called the bikini cut. And you ask what I sounded like Michael Greger. The bikini cut. Let's put it to the test. So we take this and we cut through 99% of it. And so they're like this. They're like a bikini, a teeny weeny bikini, because these are going to be draped over the Kale Bruschetta, and you don't want them rolling off onto the floor or the table. Will you help me with these bikini cuts? Thank you. And all you do is just don't cut through the skin on the other side. And oh, these are really good, sweet ones. If you go all the way through, it's okay. The bikini can be, separated.
Fall off.
The bikini can fall off. All right, while Ann's doing that, I'm gonna show you what we do. We heap kale. I mean, heap the kale on top of this. Sometimes when we've gone to like a conference and presented at a hotel, they take one piece of kale and they put this one little thin piece of kale like this, and they think this is the Kale Bruschetta. They don't understand how we do veggies. Like we eat, like the majority of what we eat are these plants and these veggies. So heap it upon the walnut sauce upon the bread, because what we're eating here should be is mostly going to be greens. So separate them enough so that you can see each piece. And my parents every year, our street here in Cleveland, Ohio is called Pepper Ridge Road, and my parents host the Pepper Ridge Carols. And okay, this is the fun stage when you're putting on. This is like a holly berries on the bush, and my parents host the party, and everyone on our street it eats the standard American diet. I mean,
Not everybody.
We've got like one or two
We
people.
have a variety.
How's the kale cooked?
You just boil it.
Steam it?
Boil. Well, boil.
If you love to steam.
Well, I boil it because if people are going to bite it like a sandwich, you want it to be able to be bitten through with your teeth. Because if you steam it, you have to like. So we boil it. So
How do you get it from getting everything too wet?
oh, it's been sitting in here for like. It's been it's been draining for like an hour. Just drain it, squeeze it, but then fluff it up again.
How about what bread is that?
Bakery bread, whole grain bakery bread.
Well,
has
what
all-
I love getting when we do this is Whole Foods makes a whole wheat baguette. So it's a nice small.
But if you don't live near Whole Foods, just go to a bakery and ask for a whole grain. We do that quite often. All right. So
But this is just the beginning of what makes this so good.
well, this is near the end. Let's review. We have toasted whole grain bread, and then we put on delicious walnut sauce, and then cooked, defeated, soft, edible kale in a heap, and then bikini cut cherry tomatoes. Then you put on glaze, balsamic glaze. A balsamic glaze, please look at your ingredients, make sure that it just doesn't have milk in it, which was so wild that we found milk one time.
The key thing to do in eating plant-based is to read ingredients, because it is crazy what is added to ingredients.
So if you're gonna ask what
I mean,
glaze
to a
we
product.
use, look at all different kinds of glazes. We have a Roland glaze, we have a Trader Joe's glaze, we have a 365 from Whole Foods glaze, a whole variety. This one costs 1/5 of what all those cost. So what you do then is you get all chefy, and right before you serve it, don't do this before the
Can you
guests.
slide that closer to your right? Perfect.
So don't do this until the guests arrive, because this gets absorbed into the bread and stuff. But when they arrive or people start to eat them, just drizzle, drizzle, drizzle. And you're just gonna feel so chefy, so cool. Go be a little generous
Jane.
onto the platter.
I choose the one with the most glaze.
I
So,
know.
Jane,
So I'm hashtagging it.
you're throwing the glaze off the.
And you can never underestimate the drama. Look at that. Brian, isn't that dramatic?
Definitely.
Gorgeous. Okay, so let's review. Can we review up here or should we stay down here, Brian?
No, put it up there, that's fine.
We have kale bruschetta, bread, walnut sauce, cooked kale, cherry tomatoes, and balsamic glaze. We have
Amazing mashed potatoes
amazing,
with added kind
amazing driftwood. Let's put something green in there so it looks pretty.
No, actually, you know what I usually often do with my mashed potatoes
Yes.
is that I put I chop a cooked kale, put some chopped cooked kale in.
Okay, so this is what our Thanksgiving truly does look like. I mean, every
Except
single
our potatoes are usually whiter.
yeah, and but here it is how it goes: potatoes, gravy, and some cranberry salsa. Cranberry salsa again is right here, and our better board is certainly going to be beautiful when we have our Thanksgiving. Someone's going to bring that for sure. And the other thing that we also have is from you have the recipe in the Forks Over Knives magazine, and that is the amaretto cherry chocolate hazelnut scones. Okay, you guys.
Can you provide page numbers? A lot of people are asking about
No.
where.
I don't know. The one I do know is,
I can.
oh, actually, you know what? I can from the Mommy's Mushroom, no, yeah, Mommy's Mushroom Gravy is on page 87 of the Plant-Based Woman Warrior. And the potatoes are on page 138 of the Prevent and Reverse Heart Disease Cookbook. And we can probably find the cranberry salsa in here, if you guys are still with us. Cranberry salsa is on page 121 of the Prevent and Reverse Heart Disease Cookbooks. Ann's got a little tickle.
Something is making, it's the brown potatoes that are making me sneeze.
Okay, so, and these are in Plant-Based Woman Warrior, and I think we got everything. Did we get everything? The Kale Bruschetta is in here. Let's see what the Kale Bruschetta is. But the Kale Bruschetta in this book, by the way, tell them the twist we did on this. We didn't use walnut sauce.
We use cannellini beans.
Cannellini bean sauce, because cannellini beans don't have, obviously, the nut fat
Fiber.
for heart disease patients. And I think we put this in with lunch.
Anyway, Thanksgiving is a glorious
Okay,
feast.
both of you look, and can you look here? Jane?
Yeah, hey. Well, thanks, you guys.
Thank you, everybody. May you all have a fantastic Thanksgiving, and I mean, people come up with such good ideas.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
may it be full of fiber. And everyone asks us, what do you do on Thanksgiving? And we just say, are you kidding? It's the best meal for us plant-based folks, because it's all about the harvest. The turkey's like one item that some people bring to their houses. We don't bother. We have 43 people coming to our Thanksgiving. Every single human who is coming to that party, 40, 1, 2, 3, is bringing a dish. We even have one person I know, he's like, I'm bringing chips and guac. I'm like, great, it'll get eaten by people.
And I'm so excited. Our son Ted just said that he was gonna make kale.
No, George Washington's favorite food.
Well, I love the kale salad with grapefruit and toasted pecans.
But he also said that George Washington loves mashed sweet potatoes, so he's making a George Washington mashed sweet potato dish. I don't know where he got his research, but that's very exciting.
Wait, did
Okay.
you guys say that you're having 43 people come over for Thanksgiving dinner?
Everyone's bringing a dish, so I'm just making like 1 or 2 of these. Everyone brings. It's fun. It's no stress.
Wow, I don't even think I know 43 people. That's really impressive, actually.
Well, half of them are our family. Our family, we have 19,
We
we're
have
20 in our
21
family.
and our family and some boyfriends thrown in.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So you guys tell us what is your number one favorite Thanksgiving dish? Go, Ann, what's yours?
My mashed potatoes
Yeah, that's that good, huh?
with mushroom gravy.
Mashed potatoes and mushroom gravy. Okay.
I mean, they don't stand alone. You
Oh.
can't, Cyrus, wait till you have a second kid or something, because you cannot say what's your favorite.
Wait.
You can't.
No,
They're all together.
actually, a favorite is Brian's stuffing. And one of the things we do, and this is instead of a turkey, is if you put the stuffing in a pumpkin or a
A
gourd or
carved out
something,
pumpkin, yeah.
it is spectacular. And it keeps it nice and moist and, oh.
Because you can bake it in the pumpkin itself, in the oven, because the pumpkin just gives it the moisture instead of like the turkey lymph coming out of the turkey's body into the stuffing, the turkey's immune system.
I'm curious actually. I have become a huge acorn squash fanatic. Do you guys have any recipes at this upcoming Thanksgiving feast that involves acorn squash out of just pure curiosity?
Somebody might. Did somebody bring me one?
I saw a recipe on Forks Over Knives just today that looks incredible with the delicata squash, but it also looks complicated.
Acorn. Yeah.
No, it was delicata.
Oh.
But what I love and what I did for one Thanksgiving when we didn't have so many people is I took the delicata squash, which are about this big, and baked them. And then when you bake them, if you bake them down in a little water, they stay moist. And then to flip them over.
So
and
face
put them-
down first.
Yeah, face down, and then flip them and put a little maple syrup in them. I mean, delicata are sweet anyway, but just a little maple syrup caramelizes, and they are just
Oh, wow.
spectacular and easy.
Same technique. It's so good, my bite. Same technique for acorn. Well, you guys, thank you. Thank you, Cyrus and everybody.
Absolutely. We got some questions. Actually, Brian, could you flip the camera so that we got multiple people on there by any chance? Can you do that on your side? Yeah. Because I know, thank you. I know there's some questions that are coming in about how do we get those recipes? So the easiest way to get the recipes that Ann and Jane just shared are to sign up for the 14-day meal plan the 14-day trial of the Forks meal planner. The recipes that they just shared with you are inside of the special Thanksgiving meal plan that is put together inside of the actual meal planner. So the way that you do that is just go to forksmealplanner.com, and I'm going to share my screen with you guys so that you can see just how simple it is to get started with this. As you can see on my screen right here, you go to forksmealplanner.com, literally just type that into your browser and you can see it right here. So all you got to do is just click on this button that says get your free meal plan. And then you can follow the sign up process that you saw earlier that Stephen had shared with us, right? It's free. You don't have to worry about whipping out your credit card, nothing. Just sign up for it, do it. And then if you want the recipes from what Ann and Jane just shared, those recipes are going to be inside of the Thanksgiving meal plan. So that's the simplest way to get your hands on this stuff. And it is incredibly tasty and it's well worth it. A couple more questions had come in while you guys were actually on that I wanted to ask you guys. When it comes to cleaning mushrooms, what is the best way to do it? Some people say use water. Some people say don't use water. Some people say use a brush. Some people say use a rag. What's the easiest way? What do you guys do?
How do you clean your mushrooms?
I've never
We
cleaned
don't.
them.
Okay, so more importantly, why do you not clean your mushrooms? Because I also do not clean my mushrooms. What is the logic?
I don't know, because we don't. I was never trained by the master.
Uncleaned mushrooms are the new
Microbiome strengthener.
Okay, cool. So if I go buy mushrooms from the store, like let's say I go buy some brown cremini mushrooms and I open the package and there's like visible dirt on them, which happens.
Oh, that's good dirt.
Oh no, I throw the hunks of
Off.
dirt out. But I don't like a brush. I just put them in tonight. I just put them all in.
No, I know what you mean, Cyrus, and I do discard those, but don't necessarily wash them.
No.
Okay.
No.
So you're going to get rid of the sort of like large.
I mean, people can do what they want.
Yeah.
Okay. Beautiful. That's real good to know because I also do the same thing. which is nothing. And I'm glad to hear that.
I mean, some people wash every bite they eat, and there's really no way to wash off the bad things if they're on there.
There's really no, yep. Okay. Do you guys use, besides cranberries, okay, what other fruits do you guys incorporate into your meals? Do you use persimmons? Do you use grapes? Do you use pomegranates inside of any of these Thanksgiving inspired dishes? You have experience with that?
We out on Forks Over Knives teaching us all those things.
Are we selling on camera?
We use yeah. We use
Oh, we're still on camera.
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've been like cleaning up.
I've been eating.
We we use all kinds of stuff. I know in this, like, I love making really complex, not complex,
Salads.
variety of stuff in a salad. Like, I love just throwing this and this and this and this and this and then till the salad is just like, it's a meal. And I usually have in there pomegranate seeds, mandarin oranges, blueberries, not always all together, but sometimes. One of my brothers loves grapefruit in his salad. I think for Thanksgiving, we don't get too particular, but these are in season, so they're around, they look beautiful. I just saw a great TikTok how to peel these. I can't wait to try. And I just found a great company that doesn't have a plastic bottle, but it has a metal can and it has mandarin oranges in their own juices. Usually I had to get like the plastic one to have my own juices, not the sugar, but I can't even remember what product it was. But just, yeah, we use some fruits. Grapes.
Want to talk about iron absorption?
Yeah, well, we use grape because we use, I think the person asking about fruits is, it's really helpful to do that with to help mobilize iron in your blood when you eat fruit or vitamin C with your meal. I mean, red peppers and tomatoes have it also, so, or lots of stuff does.
Right, because you're saying that vitamin C aids in iron absorption, correct?
Right, yeah, exactly.
Right. Awesome. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Okay. There's a comment that just came in. It says, buy the Forks Over Knives app for iPhone, for Android for only one-time cost of $4.99. It is my best tool. I use it every day. That's awesome. Gemma, that's very cool to hear. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, last question for you guys. Do you take vitamin B12 in your diet? Yes or no?
I look forward to my vitamin B12 every day. I take the cherry flavored one, which I, what's that? It's made by Nature Made.
Country Life.
Country Life. Don't. Yeah, wrong one. Nature Made.
All right.
And it's got USP on it, which is third party inspected.
Yep.
Love it.
Awesome. You guys are gems. Thank you so much for being here today. I know you guys are absolute queens of the kitchen. You guys make it look so easy, but the truth
We're
is,
warriors. Come on. You don't need to engender us. We are warriors in the kitchen.
you guys are warriors. Great. I love it.
We experiment with new things, which turns potatoes sometimes a different color, but still good.
Yum, yum.
Gotta do. Experiment, test, have a good time. And you guys do a great job of keeping it fun. Going into the kitchen is just an incredible.
It is fun. I mean, things always go sideways.
Yeah.
Always.
Expect it. Good. Look for it.
Expect it.
You guys are awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Cyrus, and everybody. Thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you.
You too.
All right. Talk soon.
And that little one, Cyrus.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.